Hey everyone, welcome back to my weekly haul. So I'm gonna get started with an Ash can I picked up, and this is gonna be for the new Frank Miller series. I think it's a continuance of 300 Xerxes. I think that all retailers only got one, and my retailer gave me this. Usually he throws these away, but he knows now that I like to have them. Batman 42. So, Tom King's still doing his run. Same old stuff. Nothing special. But more love story from Batman and Catwoman. Alright. Batman White Knight, and I believe this is number 6 of 8. So I picked up 2 of the A cover, and then 2 of the B cover. And like I said before, I really like this series, so that's why I'm pretty much getting doubles of it. And I think Sean Murphy is one of the best artists that DC has in on their staff right now. Oh, and writer, I guess, now. So, got a couple of those. Another title that I'm still reading is East West, and this title continues to be really, really good. I quite enjoy it, so I believe they're on issue number 36 now. And then we have the grand finale of Extremity, and this is just a really good comic for the fact that in the afterwards by Daniel Warren Johnson, it's basically that you shouldn't give up your dreams of creativity, and that creativity can set you free in ways and give you different experiences. So finally happy that this finished up. Kind of sad to see it go, but it finished on a really good note. Now, one of the titles that I'm really surprised that I still have on my pull list, just because the infrequency of it, is The Fix. And this is number 11. And I want to say this book may be 2 to 3 months late. But I'm probably going to have to go back and reread the ones before this, just so that I can get a refresher on what's actually happening with the storyline. Now, next is Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentinos, Gideon Falls, and this is a brand new title from them, and this is the actual Jock cover. I ended up picking up this instead of the A cover by Jeff Lemire, just for the fact that I really like Jeff Lemire's work when he worked on Sweet Tooth, and it worked for the animals that he was drawing, but it's a little bit too different when it comes to drawing something real life. But I'm gonna probably stick with this title for a while. Alright, and I showed this earlier in my unboxing of Oblivion Song, so I just once again, since it's part of my weekly haul, I ended up picking up 3 copies of this. And with this title, Robert Kirkman said that he overprinted it for the fact that he doesn't want to go to second print. And he's hoping that comic book shops bought in on it. That's why he gave them a really big discount. And, hopefully they'll stay on the stands for other people to eventually jump on the train and read it. And rereading it, it's a really good story. Lorenzo De Felici is... I'm still growing on his artwork, so we'll see how it goes. But this one's the collector's edition from the unboxing, and then the 3 that I ended up buying. And all this stuff I pre-ordered, so I'm not taking them off the stand for someone that really does want to read it. Alright, next is Walking Dead number 177. This is a first appearance of, I believe, Mercer. And then, of course, I got the Bill Sienkiewicz cover, and I'm gonna continue buying all these. The next couple ones are really, really nice. Alright, to Marvel. So, of course, like everyone else, I ended up getting Amazing Spider-Man 797. And these, when I was going through the solicits, I missed the first couple ones of ordering multiple copies of it. But I went back to my comic book shop and I had him get me 3 of each cover. But I switched one of them out for, it's gonna be the design variant. And this is actually, from what people are saying, maybe the first cover with Red Goblin on it. So ended up getting that. But I also, like I said, I originally was going to get 3 of the A cover, but I ended up getting the Clayton Craig Venom cover, which I really like because I just like that Thor was in it, or female Thor. And then I also got the Young Guns variant of Aaron Kuder. But that's all the Amazing Spider-Mans that I got for $7.97. Okay, so we got part 9 of Avengers No Surrender, number 683. I ended up picking up 1 copy of this, and supposedly next week, even with the cover, Hulk's returning, the Immortal Hulk. But I was missing the one where it had the cameo of him, but I ended up finding that, and I'll talk about that later in when I show my other local comic book shop haul that I found, or stuff that I found. Next is Doctor Strange Damnation number 2. And then, so I ended up getting Infinity, and I was just giving this title a chance. I'm not really, I believe it's Jerry Duggan. I'm not a huge fan of him. I know he had a pretty successful run on Deadpool, but I don't really buy any titles from him. And most of the time I do follow creators. But I did get 2 of the Captain Marvel Adi Granoff covers. So, and I didn't even know until I saw it in someone else's video that there was a Virgin variant of that. My shop didn't have it, but I ended up getting 2 of these. Now, for all the Cosmic Ghost Rider fans, I ended up getting, I believe this is going to be the 3rd print of number 13, which has Cosmic Ghost Rider front and center. I guess I forgot to organize them correctly, but I picked up the Harley Quinn from Frank Cho. And then a title, I think I've only seen this in one person's pickup, but I gotta say I love this cover for for Jughead, The Hunger. I'm a huge werewolf fan, and I thought this was a pretty badass cover. So, not only that, the story's really good in it. So I'm really enjoying this Jughead series from Archie Comics. All right. So, a new little segment I'm going to try to do, if I can remember, is first appearance. So, in this one, we get Bizarro, and with Bizarro, this is following Bizarro if he had a family, just like what's happening in the regular Superman comic, but we have the first appearance of Boy-Zarro, and I ended up picking up this one. 2 of those, because they're first appearances, I love getting multiples. And then the cover that I really enjoyed, which I believe is cover A, is Who Doesn't Like Classic Paintings, but in a comic book form, the American Gothica. I believe this is
American Gothic.
Oh, American Gothic is what it's supposed to be. And I ended up getting 2 of those. Thank you. And something that I wasn't aware of, but I saw a couple people post about it, and so I went back to my shop on Friday, and I ended up picking up the first appearance of Pickle Rick. So I was really happy to get this, but if someone could tell me in the comments, I do love Pickle Rick, but the thing that I'm really curious about is Scary Terry. What was his first appearance, or would this be considered Scary Terry's too? But this is Rick and Morty Vindicators. I believe this is the actual A cover, and I just love it because, of course, Scary Terry's on it, which is one of my favorite horror kind of Freddy Krueger characters. So, all right, so this was a comic that I missed out on, and I was really blown away. I went to the secondary, or the biggest shop in town, and I was surprised that, you know, they got their new haul in for the week, but they still had this on the stand in the you know, the area where they have every, you know, if you're missing something that's not current. So I ended up picking up this one, but I did order this because of the Immortal Hulk, so I should be getting a second one of this. But I was really blown away that they still had this, because from what I know, it's sold out everywhere, and these Avengers keep on selling out, and I don't have it on my pull list, which I messed up on, but I did end up getting that. So here's a quick story. I'm going to just put this out here first, and then the next thing I want to say is I was watching the YouTube channel Jim's Comics, and he mentioned this, and I had to rewatch it a couple times because I didn't fully understand if he was saying that this was coming out and that you should look out for it, or that it had come out. So I missed this Moon Girl, and I'm probably going to butcher this name. So with this Moon Girl 28, this is the first appearance of Omnipotentus, and so I called around at all my shops, and I believe there's 4 in town. And I usually don't like talking smack on shops or on comics in general, but this one kind of aggravated me a little bit. So I called the shop that was out of town. They said they had it. They had no idea about it, and they were surprised they had it. And so I knew that this was going for, on eBay, it was ranging from $20 all the way up to $60, because this is a very low print run. From what I hear, it's only 6,000. So Marvel's still not canceling it, but it is a very low print run. So I called that shop, and I told them, hey, do you guys have this? And they said yes. And at that point, I thought I was going to get it at cover price. They had no idea about it. I drove all the way 45 minutes to get there. I went to pick it up. I tried to buy some other stuff because I had a little bit of extra money on my in my pocket, and I wanted to spend some money at the shop, so I was looking around to see what they may have. Right before I paid for this, and I found one other book that I kind of needed. The cashier said, hey, did you know this book's going for $20 online? So if you want this book, you're going to have to pay $20. And I already had made a 45-minute drive. There is no way I'm going to leave it there. This was the only one that I could find in an hour drive from my house. So I ended up just buying it. But to be honest, that kind of aggravated me. This shop is always overpriced on every single thing that you could buy. So I hardly ever go in there. But the one thing good about that shop is, for some reason, they always have almost every single comic organized, and they usually have one of each title in there. And I ended up getting the last of this. Oh, and one last other thing about this one is, when I called, the girl on the phone said, we have 2 of them. And I said, okay, can I get both of them, thinking I was going to get them at cover. But when I went to the cash register, she said, oh, I'm sorry, I realized that we only had one. So who knows if she stashed one away, because she did say that she had 2. But what she told me was that that the 27 and 28 have a very similar cover, so she just got confused, and they only ended up having one. So I did pay the price for this. I did pay the $20, and it'll probably be the last time I shop at that store. But the other thing is, this was a Gen 13 Campbell that I was missing. And just for an example of how overpriced this shop is, I believe you could find a comic around $7 to maybe $15. So the sticker price on this was $25. And like I said, I had a little bit extra money. I wasn't expecting to spend $20 on this one. And I was going to buy a couple more books. And I already pulled this out of the case and told her I was going to get it until I walked up to the cash register and she told me about the increase of price. So I asked her if she could do any better on this one, and she knocked $5 off of it. But I ended up paying, $40 plus tax on everything. And it's really disappointing to find that out and to know that they looked up the price on eBay. But, some shops are trying to survive, so I kind of understand it. But at the same time, if I probably wouldn't have said anything and walked in and searched for it, I probably would have got this at cover price. So that's my little rant. Like I said, I'm not too mad about it. I just won't do business with them anymore. So, but sorry to leave on a sour note, but that's everything for this week. That's my full haul. And like I said, 2 other local comic book shop pickups. But thank you for watching. Until next time, guys. See ya.